Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey. We're dropping into Forza GT today because I've been wanting to give the new Lexus a go, and to my surprise, and honestly I'm kind of happy about it, it sounds like a prolonged fart. It sounds like someone just ate a little too much chorizo and is having a pretty serious bowel movement. So, as you can imagine, there was a big old smile on my face the whole time I was driving this thing. And that's what it's all about. That's Forza. Making cars sound like they're farting. Whether it sounds like that in real life or not, I don't know. But it's a beautiful thing. And turn one here at Mazda has just gone swimmingly. Everyone running into each other. I've got a 4-second penalty for God knows what. I've been rammed off into the sand. And then the Audi comes in to put the hammer down in the side of the vehicle. And we are back down in 17th, which is just beautiful as well. As it would turn out, the Audi is not quite done. His taste for murder has not been quenched, and neither has the R8s, because I've been sent off into the sand once again, and the Corvette, poor guy in the Corvette back there, well, he was facing the wrong way, courtesy of the incredibly skilled TT driver that we're trying to go alongside into the corkscrew here. Probably a terrible idea, and it was, because the R8 wanted to show off his skill. He didn't think he was featured in the video enough yet, so he wanted to come flying in through the corkscrew and fuck some shit up, and that he did. That's actually given the Corvette the opportunity to catch back up, except I'm basically going to swap places with him here. Now I'm in the sand again, courtesy of Flavio Pablo Escobar, basically. He's probably just ramped up on cocaine or something like that and decided to hop on Forza and ram everybody off for fun. But through the final turn, he would create one last crash, and that was it for him. He got disqualified in less than one lap. And if that was the aim, then honestly, well done. I think that's pretty hard to do. Quite the feat to accomplish, so well done to him. He's out of here, and now I just need to find my way around the TT. We'll go up the inside, so this time he's not able to punt me off into the sand, and we're around there just fine, up into 13th place. Then the next few laps were pretty lonely. It took me until lap 4 to catch up to 12th place, but it gave me a second to kind of feel out the car, get an understanding for its strengths and its weaknesses. The big strength being that top speed. It's one of the fastest in the Forza GT hopper. Maybe not on the acceleration side, but top speed at the end of those straights, you're going the fastest for sure. Here I pass a couple of weirdos just kind of playing with each other off in the corner, and then on lap 5 I've caught up to a group of about 4 guys. First of all, the Lambo going off into the sand on turn 3, a very popular place to do it. I get domed in the face by a board, and into the corkscrew. The shenanigans will continue. The Corvette going a bit deep, hitting the Mercedes on the rear end. They'll take exception to that and show him to the side of the road rather aggressively, but we got a couple of free positions out of that. And just taking a look at the board, 4th place has 9.6 seconds in penalties. I've got 4 seconds, and 6th place has just about 6 seconds. But there's a guy behind him with no penalties, so as long as I don't massively screw up on the straight here somehow, I think I've got 5th place in the bag. We'll cross the line, we'll wait for the leaderboard to pop up, and it is going to be a 5th place, so somehow making up 12 spots after that disastrous start to this one, I'll take it. I think that's just about as good as I could have done there. And because it was just so top-tier quality racing in that last one, I decided at Hakone, I'm going to qualify and try to stay away from the back of the pack, except as soon as we start, we get a warning that there's 2 minutes left on a 6-lap race. And I'm not a fucking mathematician, but that's not enough time to finish this one. So at this rate, what we're looking at is about a lap and a half when this race ends. And that's fine. Totally enough time to make fun of turn 10 for yet another ridiculous glitch. I mean, we're asking for long endurance races with multiple pit stops, and what we actually get is short races that end early. Hilarious. What a good April Fool's joke. You just love to see it from the devs, don't you? Love to see it. Fucking bastards. Anyways, the Lexus absolutely dominating the straights, but once we get into these curvy sections, this is where my ability and the ability of the Lexus to turn is really going to start to struggle. So Green going around our outside, getting up into the lead. Clem going to try to do the same around the penultimate corner, and it looks like he's going to get it done. We'll see coming around the final corner if I might be able to crawl back up into second place using the top speed advantage and the draft. So here we go. Crossing the line with just under 40 seconds left in the race. I'm going to think better of going for the move there. I'll back out and let him keep second place, and I'll try to go for the move on the longer back straight. Because on lap 1, this thing was able to get by them no problem. I just need to make sure I don't fall out of the slipstream of Clem. It's at about half a second behind right now. We're firmly in it, and here we go. We're starting to gain on him already. Hitting 170 with 10 seconds remaining. We're going to try to fit through the right side. Just getting through, no penalty. 5 seconds left, and that's pretty much going to do it. I'm just going to pull the e-brake, fly around, and, well, the race ends there. I'm going to take that as a win. I think in the long run, I might not have gotten the W, but there's no proof, except, of course, for the game telling me I finished in 7th, which in hindsight makes complete sense if you're high as balls. So I'm just going to move on, take the victory, and we'll start another one up at Indy, where we have a surprise special guest. I actually loaded into a lobby with Erratic over here on the right side in the Mercedes. He goes by Erratic GT on YouTube. He posts Forza videos as well. So if you need some more Forza content, then head over to his channel. That's Erratic GT, and you can watch his videos too. Now, what do you know? Turn 1 has created some high IQ driving moments, kicked off by me completely missing my braking point and going flying into the back of a Corvette. Fortunately, he didn't die, and he kept on driving. So did I, but not too much later, I'm going to send this Porsche directly to the big man upstairs. There was a hint of braking there from me until I realized it was inevitable. I'm hitting this guy no matter what, so got back on the throttle and tried to full-on spin him 360 back to facing the right way. It's safe to say completely failed. But we're just going to move on. Not every experiment is going to be a total success, okay? But I came out of there, no penalty, so clearly I am not a dirty rammer. The Forza penalty system, getting it right like it always does. And now down the straight, we will use the pure fart propulsion on this Lexus to get by Erratic. And at the end of the straight, check this out. I'm going to take this turn so well that I'm going to get a penalty for it. I think that's going to come out to 0.3 of a second. My mediocre ass is off the racing line, really struggling through the S's here, and Erratic's going to have a chance to make the move on me, and he does. A really good one from him. And now we'll dogleg back out onto the oval section. Hopefully I can get the run on him and slip up his inside into the 90-degree right-hander down into first gear, and we'll get that move done yet again. I'll try to hold him off here through the hairpin. And if we can get out onto the straight in front, we've probably got that move done, and we're able to do it. At the start of lap 4, soaking up that slipstream to try to get around the Corvette heading into turn 1. He'll hanging around the outside, so not successful there, but we're going to have a pretty fun battle coming through this section. And this is one of my favorite spots to go for a move, slipping up the inside when they pop out to take a better line through the corner. And I could have covered off the cutback a bit better there. And we'll go toe-to-toe through the chicane. No contact, just good racing. And in a straight line, we know by now, nothing's beating the Lexus. We'll go ahead and grab 5th place. We'll skip to the end of lap 5, start of lap 6, the final lap. I'm catching up to 4th place. He's moving over to the right to break the toe. And we'll see if we can beat him down to turn 1. Braking at that 150 board, down into first gear. I'm going to try it around the outside this time, but the handling just isn't quite there. And this is where I start to notice a bit of weakness, and that's that this thing eats tires. Taking a look at the tire wear, the left side is near dead, and the right side is just about getting there. That back tire is pretty heavily in the orange, but the front right is still a bit in the yellow. The Lamborghini coming in very defensive, so I'll pull out to the right, and I'm thinking with him going in so narrow, there might be a comeback on, and I'm going to do the same thing I did a couple laps ago and cut the track there, just going over the curb, getting over a second in penalty time and losing ground to the Lambo because I tried to get greedy and go for the pass through the S's, which was never going to work, and now I've got Erratic on my tail as well. He's hunting me down, licking his chops because he is in a very good position with my 1.4 seconds in penalties and him only being half a second behind. I'm not looking too good. So here we go, penultimate corner. The tire's really losing grip now. I'm on ice skates, and around the final corner, I just cannot get the car to turn. I felt like I was moving so slow, and in replays it looks even slower. And now that we're on the straight, we can finally put that power down, but it was just too late. Erratic is gonna take that 5th place. But that was a super fun race, and the Lexus is a really good car. It's just going to come down to managing that tire wear. And, you know, with me having no traction control on and being heavy on the throttle all the time, that's not really going to work out well for me. But super fun races, and had some fun in the Lexus. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Be on the lookout for a video tomorrow, and if you enjoyed this one, do all the stuff the YouTubers tell you to do at the ends of videos, and I will talk to you soon. Alrighty, bye everybody.